This morning, we have the heartbreaking story of a man who lost his son to gang violence 14 years ago, yet somehow found the ability to forgive.
He was a great soul, wise, charismatic, good-looking.
Azim Khamisa's 20-year-old son Tariq had everything to live for.
Tariq had a beautiful girlfriend, Jennifer, and they had plans to get married. He was a student at San Diego State University, and he worked Fridays and Saturdays as a pizza delivery man.
But everything changed on January 21st, 1995.
I called the detective, and they told me on the telephone. And I didn't believe them, because that didn't make any sense that Tariq was shot and killed. And I remember after Tariq died that it literally took all of my willpower just to climb out of bed.
Tariq was killed in a gang shooting. The gunman was just 14 years old.
I shot and killed Julie Chen, a person I didn't even know and who didn't do anything wrong to me.
So what I saw in this tragedy was that my son was a victim of the 14-year-old gang member, and that 14-year-old gang member was victim of society. We've created this society. So I felt as an American I must take my share of the responsibility for the bullet that took my son's life. I'm Azim Khamisa, and I forgave my son's killer.
Azim Khamisa has written a book called The Secrets of the Bulletproof Spirit, How to Bounce Back from Life's Hardest Hits. Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
How long did it take you to forgive your son's killer?
It was immediate. I remember when I got the news that it was so painful. I believe in God, and it was so painful I couldn't even be in my body. It was my first out-of-body experience, and I believe I went into the loving arms of God, and He held me in an embrace for the longest time. And when the explosion subsided, I came back to my body with the wisdom that there were victims at both ends of the gun.
Explain how you did it, because in your book you write about the 3 milestones you must go through to reach forgiveness. What is the first milestone?
The first milestone is to acknowledge that you've been wrong. In the book, we talk about how to do that. There's a grieving process that you have to go through. The second piece, which is a milestone, is you have to give up all the resulting resentment. Mandela didn't write this quote, but he made it famous. He said that resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for your enemy to die.
What a great quote.
Exactly. And you think about it, why have such important real estate of your psyche occupied by somebody who's hurt you? Why not forgive and release that real estate so love and joy can live there?
And what is the third milestone?
And the third milestone is to reach out to the offender with love and compassion. Not all of us have to reach out to the family of our son's killer or to our child's killer. Very often the issues are divorce, business partners, all kinds of situations in our society that you can reach out and forgive, but do it with love and compassion. And we talk about it in the book. In the book, there are 4 separate chapters where we deal with the issue about how to forgive.
And you did that when you came face to face with your son's killer in prison. When was that, and what was that face-to-face meeting like?
I met him 5 years after the tragedy, and it took many hours of meditation because you don't know how you're going to react when you come eyeball to eyeball with your child's killer. And I was sitting to him closer than I am to you, Julie, and I remember looking into his eyes for a very long time, trying to find a murderer in him. But I didn't see a murderer in him. I looked in his eyes and I saw another soul, much like me, much like you. And in fact, I just, around Father's Day, we communicate by letter because it takes a long time to go to him. But this letter, I thought I might bring it because really he didn't have a father. He was born to a 15-year-old, and I have kind of taken the father role to him. And he says, I'm ultimately writing you now to wish you a happy Father's Day.
Wow. Out of all this tragedy, you created something wonderful, a foundation in your son's name. You left behind your successful career as an international investment banker. Tell me about the purpose of the foundation.
The foundation's mission statement is to break the cycle of youth violence by saving lives, empowering kids, and teaching peace. The foundation is named after my son. It's called the Tariq Khamisa Foundation. We've been at it for about 13 years. We bring our message to schools. We have 6 programs, and we have reached over 8 million kids in this 13 years. We are successfully keeping kids away from gangs, guns, and violence by teaching the principles of nonviolence, forgiveness, and peacemaking. We have over 100,000 letters that have come in, from the kids.
In the final moments, your son's killer is still behind bars. He's up for parole in 2027. If he gets out, he will be in his 40s. Will you be there for him?
Absolutely. I actually offered him a job when I met him, which was 5 years after. I forgave him, but I also offered him a job and told him when you come out, you have a job at the foundation. And we look forward to the day when he can join us, because I know that he would save many more lives. We've saved him, but think about how many more lives he will save when he's on stage with his grandfather, who is my partner in this tragedy.
Azim Khamisa, you have an incredible story to tell. We thank you.
Thank you very much. And I also wanted to just add that we have a wonderful website, which is www.bulletproofspirit.com, where you can meet me and you can meet also my co-author, Julie Chen. Okay. And we have a lot of resources there for your viewers to go in and go through the process of how to bounce back from having a hard hit. And thank you for being.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. And people can go to our website to read an excerpt from his book.